It looks like yet another refresh coming to the Model S and Model X in the next few months, actually. As you know, the pictures leaked last year for the internal refresh through electric. We're going to revisit them again, but now there's some other things that are coming out. Unfortunately, it's not Tesla that's updating us on this. It's CNBC that's reporting through some of the internal sources and former employees and stuff like that. But it's a thing, and there are quite a few interesting things we need to talk about coming up next. Taking over the world, electrifying the world, E4 Electric! Welcome to E4 Electric, your number one source of unbiased electric car news. If this is your first time here, go ahead and click on that subscribe button so you don't miss anything moving forward. And of course, a quick shout out to one of my new Patreons, Ed Rabago. Thank you so much for joining my Patreon community, the only place where you can watch me live and at the same time support this independent channel. The link is in the description of this video. So this is one of 3 Teslas that I've owned over the last 7 years, and you know, lately a lot of Tesla Model S and Model X owners have kind of felt abandoned almost in favor of Model 3s because you know, Tesla's been putting all of the nice tech, all of the nice software in them, and you know, this is why their sales have been kind of crashing for the Model S and X, but they just came up with a new refresh. And as you probably know, one of the first people to get it is Eli Burton, who is a regular here. He's got his own segments called Supercharged with Eli Burton, and he just used it like within 24 hours of delivery, and he set the new world record for the quarter mile of the fastest Tesla in production Tesla stock, 10.6, and the video is right here. And I've seen it feature it, and even Elon retweeted it the other day, so that was kind of cool. Thank you to him for doing that. That's always a treat. But now there are reports that another refresh is coming. Looks like internal, like design, and maybe even external. Definitely the internal one is it looks like it's inevitable. The external, the ones that they've just done is mainly like technical, which kind of matters more than anything else, right? Bigger range, faster supercharging rate or fast charging rate, whatever you want to call it. The new suspension, the better speed. I mean, just quite a few really awesome things that kind of been missing in favor of Model 3. So now it's there, and apparently they're going to be making Model Y in the Fremont factory, but the bigger news there is that they're going to, in order to make more space there, even though the Model 3 and Model Y will share the 75% of parts, they will be combining the Model S and Model X lines, which kind of doesn't make sense. I mean, kind of makes sense, but it kind of doesn't make sense because they're pretty different cars. I think they share maybe 30% of parts, so that would be interesting. But they do need space, and they don't sell as many, or at least that's that production is done as far as ramping up as many as they used to Model S and Model X's, and even they go back to the previous records. It kind of makes sense for them to combine those two. And that means they're gonna have to make some changes. Right now, there are quite a few people reporting that their tours that they've had scheduled in the upcoming few weeks have been canceled. And Elon kind of confirmed it on Twitter, but at the same time said that it's still open for partial tours and stuff like that. So definitely something is up. So you can definitely feel like that CNBC report has some weight in it, right? All right, so now let's look at the pictures that I know we've seen around. They got leaked out through Electric for the internal ones, and let's talk a little bit about what to expect. Before that, of course, a quick reminder that this video and this channel is sponsored by Byte, and check out the all-electric M-Byte, the SUV starting at $45,000, coming here to the United States and Europe at the end of next year. Join all of us, more than 50,000 of us on the reservation list. It's absolutely zero money down, about 60 seconds to reserve one. So I don't even know why you wouldn't, Make sure that you have your spot in case if you'll want one, but I think you will. There's a link in the description of the video. Okay, so let's look at the refresh pictures, right? So this is one of the pictures that we've seen before, and as you can see, what they're going with the refresh is essentially sort of a Model 3 look. And I gotta tell you, myself included and many other people really hope they don't do that, because first of all, we still like the relatively large screen in front of us, so like behind the steering wheel. And as you know, one of the leaked pictures shows what it's probably going to be like, and it's kind of tiny. I'm assuming they're not going to do heads-up display, though. I think it's about time because a lot of other brands have been doing it. The Kona electric from Hyundai has an option. Most BMWs, if not even all BMWs, have it now. It's kind of a next step. So it would be a shame if they kind of decrease the real estate of the display, center display, the behind the wheel display, and still not implement a heads-up display. And here, I mean, there's just so many different problems with it. It's just because, you know, there's more to reach to the right, simplifying everything and taking part of the screen with, you know, essential stuff that's usually was in the middle, like speed and all of that, the autopilot stuff. Essentially just decreasing the real estate of the main monitor. And just overall, I mean, a lot of people, one of the biggest complaints from the very beginning, even from the biggest fans like myself, was that, you know, this is not a luxury car. I mean, we're already, you know, talking about some build quality issues and quite a few other issues, but you know, I really hope that they were going to moving into a more kind of a luxury direction, kind of trying to match something that BMW or Lexus or Mercedes are doing. But it looks like they're just kind of doubling down and moving away from it to a more simple design. And there are quite a few fans for that as well. So, but expect the refresh. I really hope they don't touch the outside. I think outside is just absolutely perfect right now. You know, I've kind of started to like the newer, you know, front end. It's just more slick and stuff like that. So I still like the Cone one. I'm kind of 50-50 on that, but I definitely think whatever they got going on right now with this is quite perfect if you ask me. I really hope they don't change it for another few years. And if they do a refresh, maybe just kind of smoothening rather than redoing some of it. So I really hope it kind of goes that way rather than if anything at all. You know, this is interesting. I'm actually looking forward to your comments because, you know, do you guys think that what they're making right now with this current refresh, but before the, you know, upcoming refresh, is essentially going to be the best Tesla they've ever made and probably for years to come? The range, they do say that the range will go up to 400 miles, which I'm not really sure if at this point it's like 370, 400. Anything over 200 miles, honestly, is you know, good enough for me, I think, and for most people. I'm driving a Volt right now every day for the last couple of weeks, and I've yet to use gas at all, and my range is 45 miles in that car. So, you know, go figure. Now, you know, one thing that doesn't need a refresh is our newsletter. If you haven't signed up yet, join our VIP list at e4electric.com/VIP because we send you an extra story at the end of the week, something that we didn't cover here just because there's so many amazing things going on. So we send it to you. I have an amazing writer, AJ, that writes those out. And also now we feature a deal of the month, and this one will bring you extra $50 off for one of the most popular items in the MNX store. So go ahead and sign up and enjoy. And there will be more deals obviously coming in the future. So that's definitely worth it. All right, looking forward to your comments. Other than that, see you next time. And remember to stay charged.